Welcome, John Morris Show on a Wednesday. Glad you're with us this morning from the TFNB studios, historic Elm Avenue in Waco. Band's back together again. Garrett is back. Few days off. Brandon's behind the scenes as well. But Garrett, I hope you enjoyed a few days off, and it is nice to have you back.
Yeah, it was nice to get away for a little bit and kind of regroup, but it is nice to get back in the motion of everything.
All right. Well, glad you're back. Lark did a great job sitting in that seat right there while you were gone. But we appreciate you being here and appreciate everyone tuned in this morning. How about the NBA draft last night? First round. Second round comes up tonight. We said going in would be an historic draft for the Big 12, and it already has been. 9 first-round draftees from the Big 12. 9. The most that the Big 12 has ever had in a total draft is 10 in the 2010 season, and they had 9 first-rounders last night, including the first 2 picks, including Cameron Carr from Baylor. Cam ended up going 24th, picked by the Knicks, then traded to the Lakers. So he's a Los Angeles Laker this morning. And here's the way it looked and sounded as Cameron Carr had his name called at the NBA draft last night.
Cameron Carr from Baylor University.
The all-Big 12 team selection. He played his first 2 years of college at Tennessee before really coming into his own at Baylor. And he had a breakout season after transferring, averaging just under 19 points a game at Baylor. To me, he's an explosive athlete. He's got speed, bounce, body control. He runs the floor hard in transition. And he also has deep range, which opens up the floor for everything else and the rest of his teammates.
Pretty cool to see. Congratulations to Cameron Carr, now an NBA pro. And there were some anxious moments last night. If you were with us yesterday when King McClure was on with us, we were projecting, or the projections were, Cam would go around number 15 in the first round. Well, they got to 14, 15. No Cam, 16, 17, no Cam. And that's when the ESPN cameras kind of find you when you had been projected higher and all of a sudden you're still sitting there. He was in the green room at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And so it's sort of that uncomfortable. The camera is in your face and you're down around pick number 20 or so. And you know what the ESPN announcers are saying. Here's Cam Carr. He hadn't been picked yet, but it seemed like he handled it really well. And then there was that, the relief when he finally had his name called at number 24. Garrett, no shame at all. I mean, he went in the first round of the NBA draft. I mean, it was lower than a lot of projections, but he's going to the Lakers, and now he's got to get in there and make his mark.
No, I mean, it's one of those situations where, yeah, ideally he would have liked to gone higher, but I don't think you can really complain by where he's gone. He's going to wind up in some good situations. Like, you got drafted by the champions. You're getting more than likely sent to LA to go play with the Lakers. Like, that's 2 of the biggest brands in the NBA has to offer that you're going to be a part of. But you get to go play with Luka. Like, you get to go and be a part of that out there in LA. You get to help build that new foundation of what the Lakers are going to look like. I think it's going to be an interesting fit for Cameron Carr. And I think he's in a position to set himself up for a nice NBA career like a lot of other Baylor players have done.
Yeah, I think so too. And does continue a string under Coach Drew now. 6 years in a row that Baylor has had a first-round draftee. Baylor and Duke are the only 2 schools in the country that can say that. How about that? Duke's in pretty good company with Baylor basketball, but says a lot about Coach Drew and recruiting of he and his staff and development of players once they get here. You heard what Malik Andrews said there on ESPN about Cam. He was at Tennessee, averaged 4.5 points a game, comes here, plays 1 season, is the 3rd leading scorer in the Big 12, and he's a first-round draft pick. So the development of players is unquestioned here under Coach Drew at Baylor. And it was a big night overall for the Big 12. As we said, there were 9 picks from Big 12 schools last night. Pretty amazing. The first pick, A.J. DeBonsa from BYU, went to Washington as expected. Darren Peterson from Kansas to Utah. Kingston Flemings, the guard from Houston, went number 8 to Atlanta. Braden Burries, the freshman swingman from Arizona went number 10 to Milwaukee. So that's 4 of the top 10 were Big 12 guys. Number 18 pick was Christian Anderson, the guard from Texas Tech. He went to Charlotte. Cameron Carr to the Knicks and then traded to the Lakers. 27th pick, Chris Sinak from Houston went to the Celtics. 28th pick in the first round, Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State. He went to Minnesota. And the 30th pick to the Dallas Mavericks, final pick in the first round, Koa Pete from Arizona went to the Mavericks. Is that right? To the Mavericks? Yeah, I guess. Or was there a trade there also?
So he went to the Mavericks via Phoenix.
That's right. Drafted by Phoenix because he's from Chandler, Arizona, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
But then apparently traded to the Mavericks. So that was the first round last night. Historic for the Big 12 Conference. And ESPN made note of that several times. They had a graphic about the Big 12 having so many first-round draftees. Fun to see there. It looked like so the green room, so to speak, is the floor of the Barclays Center. They've got those tables set up there. The players that are invited are seated there with their families, with their agents, with whoever they might want to invite. I think there's got to be a limit, but they're seated at these tables. And then there's a back row back there still on the floor, and that's where most of the coaches sit. And coaches who have a player that's going to be drafted, they want to be there to support them. And, it's good PR, for your program to be there also. And I looked up one time, it looked like a Big 12 coaches convention back there because it was almost every Big 12 coach was there. Coach Drew was there, Coach Grant McCaslin, Tommy Lloyd, Kelvin Sampson from Houston, all those guys were there, seated back there, waiting for their players' names to be called. They could have had, Garrett, they could have had a coaches meeting, a Big 12 coaches meeting in Brooklyn last night.
I'm pretty sure they did of some sort to have one, but that's a testament to the league as a whole and the coaches that are out there and available. And this is just a trend. Like some of the best coaches in the nation in men's basketball reside in the Big 12. If you want to be developed, you want to get to the NBA, then you want to go play for those programs. And I think this is a good step forward in that. Yeah. You already see the numbers. I'm honestly expect you see more numbers grow as the years continue.
Yeah, that's true. And the other thing about that draft, it really showed the strength of this freshman class. This was a draft that they've been pointing toward for several years. Remember, Cooper Flagg should have been in this draft also, but he went early and left early, and you could have added Cooper Flagg to this group last night. So an impressive class. Dusty May was there, having just taken over, leaving Michigan, taken over for the Dallas Mavericks. 3 of his Michigan players were there, drafted in the first round, one of them by the Mavs or early on in the draft last night. So fun to watch, really cool. The Baylor team as a team got together to watch the draft. You want to support your teammate, now former teammate Cam Carr. So they had a pretty cool deal. The Baylor men's team had a meetup at Top Golf last night, and gives you something to do, swing the golf clubs a little bit and watch the draft and have everybody together there. So pretty cool event for the Baylor men's team to take in the draft together last night. So that was the NBA draft last night. Round 1, round 2 comes up tonight, 7:00 on ESPN. King McClure, again, who was with us yesterday, he'll be on the set for ESPN tonight as they go through the second round. Probably a lot less drama, Garrett. They'll go through those picks a lot quicker tonight than they did last night.
No, they definitely will. And this is where you're going to see a bulk of like the trades and the madness of all of that. That's where all this is going to come out. But there's still a lot of good players available out there, and a lot of international players too available, because most of this was guys that were coming up through college that got drafted last night. So that's something to keep an eye on.
That's a really good point. Yeah, very few really international picks, non-college guys last night. So that begins this evening, 7:00 on ESPN. I thought ESPN did a great job. Their crew that was on the set were great. They would bring after a player was drafted like Cam Carr, he goes up on stage, he gets the cap, The picture with Adam Silver. Here's what that looked like. Here's Cam Carr with the commissioner last night. Ooh, that's a keeper, man. That is really cool and happy for him. But they go right across the stage and go to a sit-down set and talk to Lisa Salters of ESPN. It's the player and usually his family or somebody, significant other with them on the set. And really well done. I thought last night. It's a short interview. It was just 5 minutes between picks, but a short interview, but really well done to get, to let you hear from them and hear from their family. She would ask his mom or his dad or sister or somebody, a question also when they were seated over there. So well done, fun to watch. NBA draft round 1 is in the books. Round 2 comes up tonight. Cameron Carr out of Baylor is a Los Angeles Laker. Here's a couple of other notes from last night from Josie Hutton from Athletic Communications. We mentioned this is the 6th year in a row that Baylor has had a first-round draft pick, and that is Baylor and Duke, the only schools in the country that can say that. Big 12 NBA draft picks since 2012. Kansas has the most with 20. Arizona has 19. Baylor is third with 15 picks since 2012. So Baylor very high on that list. NBA draft picks from Texas schools since 2012. Baylor with 15, the most of any Texas school. Texas is second with 9. Houston with 6. So some good notes there for Baylor basketball, and Cam Carr, the latest to come through Baylor and move on to the NBA. All right, we're glad you're with us on this Wednesday. John Morris Show, and Jerry Hill will join us in a bit. Always appreciate our weekly visits with Jerry Hill. You think, what are you going to talk about in mid-June? Well, I sat down in Jerry's office yesterday, and I said, we started going over some topics. I said, there's plenty of stuff to talk about. So we'll have plenty to talk about with Jerry Hill when he joins us coming up in just a bit. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing, and today's the day. We've got the bonus show at the Brazos Landing today. Be there noon to 1. Then Matt Mosley will be live from the Brazos Landing 1 to 3. So come join us this afternoon live from the Brazos Landing where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. Look forward to that, and look forward to maybe seeing you there at the Brazos Landing today. Also brought to you by Alliance Bank. That's Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank. 7 convenient locations around Central Texas to serve you better. On the web at alliancebanktexas.com. Check them out. You'll appreciate the friendly, knowledgeable folks at Alliance Bank Central Texas. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment. John Morris Show on a Wednesday, and we'll be right back.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And welcome back to John Morris Show on a Wednesday. We are also brought to you by Kish's Complete Car Care Center, 5300 Franklin Avenue in Waco. They've been serving Central Texas drivers since 1998, voted #1 auto shop year after year. They are at 5300 Franklin Avenue, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. for Kish's Complete Car Care Center. Check them out. And glad you're with us today. Garrett is back. Brandon is back. Both were gone. Both you guys were gone. Both you guys left me last week for a couple of days. No, I'm glad you had some time away. You know what? Let's do this on the air, Garrett. So Brandon, I knew was going to be gone to a wedding in Hawaii.
Right.
Okay. That's all I knew. I knew Stephanie, who works with us.
Yes.
Her son was getting married in Hawaii. I never put the two together that they were going to be at the same wedding.
Are you serious?
No, I didn't.
I didn't know this. Like, this is news
Oh,
to
you
me.
didn't know it either.
I had no idea.
Okay.
How did this happen?
They were, so Brandon is friends with Stephanie's son who was getting married. And they were at the same wedding in Hawaii.
Okay.
So I never knew that until Brandon was back. And I said, how was it? It was great. He said something about Steph. And I said, wait a second. Y'all were at the same wedding.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
I didn't realize. So I didn't realize Stephanie was off. I had no idea Brandon even knew Stephanie's son.
I know. Same.
All right. This is, well, that's cool.
Oh, that's funny. Yep. So back from Hawaii, and you're back today, and all is right with the world. Glad y'all are with us wherever you may be tuned in today. The bonus show today, noon to 1 from the Brazos Landing. Matt Mosley there, 1 to 3 today. So come join us. We look forward to that. I was there yesterday at the Brazos Landing. We had a going away luncheon for Kendall Bachhan, who is leaving us in the B Association, taking a job up in the Metroplex, and we'll miss her. But I think we gave her a nice send off. And she knows, no question, she knows how much we will miss her in Baylor athletics. All right, let's see what else is going on. Coach Drew, I'm going to do a sit down with Coach Drew today, and this will show up first on Baylor Plus. So if you subscribe to Baylor Plus, that'll be out there in the next couple of days. We did one with Nikki Collin last week, and she was just terrific. It was so great to visit with her at this point when the portal has done its work and you're headed into summer. What are you doing this summer? The women had gone to a Dallas Wings game together, and they didn't go and just sit and watch. She gave them an assignment during the game, which was pretty cool. So we had that last week with Coach Collin. We've got Coach Drew today. And I think great timing with Coach Drew as, he's just back from New York. He's either on his way back right now or came back late last night. We can talk about the players that they have and how practices are going. They've got a foreign tour. Headed to Canada for a few games in the second week of August. We can talk about that. And, the changes on his coaching staff also. Coach Tang back and Jake Lindsey back in the fold at Baylor, assistant coaches. So we'll visit with Coach Drew about all of that. Oh, and along those lines, on our bonus show at noon, Tweety Carter will join us. from the Brazos Landing. So Baylor assistant and former Baylor great Tweety Carter, part of the show coming up at noon today. So we'll have some basketball talk there as well coming up at noon today. So looking forward to that. I will tell you this also, we are very close to finalizing our football radio crew for the upcoming school year. It has been a tough process, tough only because we've got some really good candidates. It wasn't like, who are we going to find to do this? It was like choosing between some really good candidates. And I got to tell you, that has dominated my time and my schedule here in the month of June, just wanting to handle it the right way, make sure we did our due diligence, got the best people, the best fit for our broadcast, for our crew. And I can tell you we are very close to finalizing that. I think next week we'll have an announcement. So sometime next week, hopefully early next week, we'll have an announcement on the new football crew. Of course, this is a pretty unusual year in that it's kind of like Glenn Moore's softball staff, Garrett. They rocked along there, they rocked along there and had very few changes in their staff for 20 plus years. Well, we were the same way, with JJ Joe doing color for 21 years, Ricky Thompson for 26 years. JJ passed away. Nick Florence stepped in last year and he loved it. He did a great job, but he didn't want to miss, some Saturday time with his kids. So we had to fill that spot again for the second straight year. And Ricky stepped away because his grandson, Jack, is going to be on varsity at Midway High School, and he wants to see Jack play on Friday nights, and I don't blame him one bit. I think that's great. So Ricky stepped away after 26 years. So all of a sudden, we got to hire a color analyst and a sideline person all in the same year, kind of like Glenn, right? With Hoot and Britt, and then Danny Price moved on.
So once you get all this finalized and you have the pieces together, you got your new squad. Is there a trial run? Do y'all approach spring practice or the spring game as like, this is our trial run to see how the chemistry goes? Yeah. How does all that work?
Good question. Spring has already passed, so we did not do that. And they didn't do a spring game per se. It would have been hard to do. So it's more just we will, when fall camp begins, Baylor will have a couple of big scrimmages on Saturdays. Usually 3 weeks out from the season opener and 2 weeks out from the season opener. They'll have some scrimmages, and usually those are at McLean Stadium. Right. So that'll be our best opportunity to get the crew together, do a run through, just so they're comfortable with. Like I remember when we did it with Nick last year, one of those scrimmages, and he's got the headsets on, and all of a sudden Bob, our engineer, is talking to us. And Nick stops, and looks back at Bob, not knowing that we can hear it in the headsets, but it's not going out over the air. And so that was very valuable, you know, for him to learn that. And it works the same way with our sideline analysts. They can say something like, I got something, or come to me, and we hear that, but it doesn't go out over the air. So you have to, there's a little bit of adjustment, just learning that. So that you don't stop and listen. You got to keep talking or finishing your thought, and then knowing that you're going to go to this person after that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of moving parts with this. So I was just curious of how that would approach and how y'all would do that. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So that's our plan, and that'll be in August. To do a couple of run throughs there. But the first order of business is to find the right fit. I've said this, and I don't mind saying it publicly. Pat Nunley is the gold standard. We want to find the football equivalent of Pat Nunley. Pat, Baylor man through and through. He is played basketball at Baylor. He knows the sport. He loves the sport. He loves Baylor. That's the person that we want, as a color analyst on our broadcast. Now, the bar is really high, with Pat Nunley, but that's what we shoot for. He really is the gold standard. And so that's part of the process also. And I think as we narrow it down and finalize things, I think people will be really appreciative of the crew that we'll have together for the football radio broadcast coming up in the fall. All right, let's take a break. Jerry Hill is in the waiting room. Are they treating you well in the waiting room over there? Okay, good. So Jerry Hill will join us after a break, and we'll talk all things Baylor athletics. Plenty to talk about today. We invite you to stay with us. John Morris Show will continue, brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. We'll be right back.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, team.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welcome back, John Morris Show on this Wednesday. Jerry Hill is with us. Wait, let's do this.
I need to raise up a little, don't I?
Well, you did.
I did, and then I don't know.
I don't know. Here you go. I'm lowering my chair. That just looked kind of funny.
It was like, man, I know J-Mo's taller than me, but not.
Well,
I look like a little kid.
Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. Even though you're holding things over my head, which we won't talk. We might talk about.
We might talk about it.
You hold things over my head, so you've got things in your back pocket. Jerry Hill is here. Isn't it great? Great to see you.
Yeah, great to be in studio again, and great to have Garrett back. Like you said, the whole band's back.
The band's back together.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is fun.
I like it. And I told everybody, I sat down in your office talking about what are we going to talk about today.
I mean, everything, all the sports are done.
That's
so what do we have left to talk about?
Right. But there are things.
There are plenty of things.
There's always things.
Yes.
How about the NBA draft? Did you watch last night?
I did not watch. I kind of tracked it and knew where Cam had picked, and you're kind of in the same boat. I'm not watching sports at home a lot of times.
Right.
Anyway, I was excited for Cam. It did take a while, but again, as Garrett mentioned, I mean, two of the premier franchises in the NBA, you know, one drafts him and he gets traded to the other, Knicks to the LA Lakers. So, man, what a great opportunity for him, though. And as you mentioned, John, just the job that Scott has done in terms of developing NBA talent. I think it might have been mentioned in Josie's release as well, but 29 selections all time, 16 of those have come in the Scott Drew era.
Oh, wow. How about that?
And like, what is it, 15 in the last, since the 2012. So
right.
That's amazing. In the last, 14, 15 drafts, they've had more than they had in their history.
Yeah.
And it goes back a ways.
Right.
So I think that just speaks to what he's done. And then the number of first round selections. That's been amazing to watch.
Pretty amazing. Happy for Cam. That's great.
Yeah.
I felt for him when he kept sitting there, and you know what it's like. They put that camera right on you, and you're sitting there waiting for your name to be called.
And I was trying to remember. I know it's probably been several guys, but I can think of quarterbacks you know, that have been there, and I mean, it may not be to the second or third round.
Might be
they're
next
there
day.
for, you know, they're there in the green room, they're waiting, and it might not be till the next day. So that's horrendous. At least Cam got picked last night.
Right,
He did not have to wait till today.
And ends up with the Lakers, which is pretty good.
No,
have you ever covered for the Trib or for Baylor a draft?
I have not done an NBA draft. I have done NFL draft.
You have? Okay.
I was there the year that Robert was drafted. I think that was Kendall's year too, right?
Yep.
So both of those guys were drafted. And then Justin Hoff and I were there for the Corey Coleman draft.
Okay.
I think that might be the last draft I did. I didn't do any drafts when I was at the Trib, but I've had those opportunities since I've been at Baylor, and those are fun. I mean, it's an exciting time. You know, and of course, Corey's year was Coach Bryles, ended up being Coach Bryles last year.
Yeah.
So I got him at the draft, and that, you know, that might have been one of the last times he would have talked.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, that's the couple times that I've covered an NFL draft.
Gotcha. Pretty cool. All right. Congratulations to him. Track and field is one of your sports.
Yeah.
And so the NCAA Outdoor Championships are over. We've covered that.
Yep.
But some of these guys and girls continue in international competition.
Yeah, there is a busy weekend this past weekend. And I knew it would be, but there were some that I didn't even know that they were competing this weekend. But the headliner was Demario Prince winning a Jamaican championship in the 110-meter hurdles. That means he's on their team, and he ran 13:13, which was his second best time ever.
Wow.
Only 100th of a second off his career best. So he will be on their team for the Commonwealth Games. So that's cool. Also at Jamaica, Robert Miller, a signee for Baylor. He won the 400-meter hurdles for the under 20 group. He's 18. He's coming to Baylor as an incoming freshman. So he will be at the World Under 20 Championships later this summer in Eugene. So that the World U2 Championship, U20 Championships will be in Eugene. So that was Jamaica. R.N. Spencer was third in the 200 at the Barbados Championships. My mouth is not working yet. Sorry, Garrett. And then Janae Gans was in Trinidad and Tobago, and she finished second in the long jump and fourth in the 100-meter dash. So I think she will be representing them in some competition. I'm not sure what. And then a big one coming up this week is the Prefontaine Classic that a lot of our former Baylor athletes will. I think Demario is going there as well. Trayvon Bromell will be there. So it'll be a great group there at the Prefontaine, which is also in Eugene.
Cool. Very good. Is this it's not an Olympic year. Olympics coming up in 28.
Yeah, it's not I don't think it's a world championship.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it not?
Well, because he's going to Commonwealth Games. I would have to check and see. Usually there are, like, if it's not an Olympic year, it's a world championship year. And this being an even year, I would think there would be. I'll check with the track SID and see if I can figure that out.
A good track SID would know that.
Would know that right off the top of his head.
No.
But that is usually where.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So Olympics Summer Olympics every 4 years, and then the 2 years in between would be the World Championship.
I think that's right. There should be a World Championship this year, but like I said, I knew that DeMario was going to the Commonwealth Games. So I would think if there was a world championship, that he would be going to that as well. But I'll find that out, and we can talk about it next week, John, on the John Morris Show.
Good.
We'll probably be talking about the Hall of Fame next week, too.
Well, let's bring that up because you brought that up. So you are a part of, I mentioned Kendall Bacon is leaving the B Association. We wish her all the best. David Wetzel previously left there to take a coaching job. And you have really stepped in and kind of taken hold of the B Association's role of a Hall of Fame class. And y'all met on Saturday.
We met via Zoom.
Okay.
But yes, we did meet on Saturday. There were 7 of us, plus Kendall was there. As she was the one collecting all the votes.
Okay.
Because even though we were on Zoom like that, we still, by the bylaws, we had to keep it a secret ballot.
Oh, okay.
So we're sending them to her in the chat room.
Okay.
So just to her, and she tallies the votes, and then we go to the next round.
Okay.
So we wound up with an 8-person class that we hope will be released early, if not sometime next week.
Okay.
Talked to Doug McNamee yesterday, and his plan is to try to notify all the electees this Friday.
Cool. That's great.
So he already knows, by the way.
As he should.
He knows.
As he should. And no reason that I should know,
Yeah.
but you and I share a lot of information.
We do.
We're
We
right
do.
across the hall from each
We
other.
do. We share a lot.
Garrett,
of
he won't tell me. He
Yeah.
won't let me in on this.
You gotta let him know.
When the time is right, Garrett. I'm gonna call you first.
Okay.
And then let Jamal.
I appreciate that.
That will really
Go
anger
for
him.
it. Go for it. No, I'm just curious. I would say this though, just speculating that we have a lot of really good candidates.
It's amazing, John. We talk about it each year. You know, this is a great class. This
Yeah.
is a great
Yeah.
class. And you wonder if the well will run dry. But if you think about this last era, you know, that we had, starting with the year of the bear in 11-12, I mean, we have so many great candidates, and it's across the board. It's not just,
that's right.
You know, you think football, you think men's basketball, maybe women's basketball, but it's across the board. So, and one of the things I mentioned to the committee when we met was, you know, we haven't had an A&T.
Is that right? Not
been
one.
around that long.
Right.
And their better era obviously started when Coach Mulkey came in.
Obviously.
And so Kiara Nowlin.
Oh, good.
Her last year would have been 17, 2-time NATA.
She's not eligible yet.
She's not, but I'm saying like that's
Gotcha.
what I was telling
Like
the
next
committee.
year, yeah.
Hey, this is what we got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Next year, because we try to keep it as balanced as possible too.
That's great.
Like sports and everything. So we try to keep all those things into account. But yeah, I was just letting them know that, hey, this is what we have to look forward to, you know, that we will have an A&T athlete in eventually.
And that'll start a string, I'm sure, of them. And you have to be 10 years from graduation 10 years from leaving Baylor.
Yeah, the way we did it, and I think this changed at some point, that we did academic year.
Okay.
So like 16 obviously would be the year that everybody that finished in 16, but it's actually finished in 15, 16,
gotcha. Right.
would be eligible this year. This
Okay.
is their first year of eligibility. And then, so like if you play football in 15, you're in the 15, 16 year. That's the way it happened with Bryce Petty.
That's right.
Because he played in 14,
right,
but he finished in 14, 15.
Right.
So we elected him last year. So, so there will be some people that, you know, there might be one from that 15 team that I gave that hint, Garrett. At least
he gave me some
threw
hints.
some stuff out to
He
him.
did give me hints. Not much. He gave me not much hints, though. He was saying 15, 16. Okay, great. Let me go back and look.
There's plenty to pick from.
The biggest hint I gave him, Garrett, was that all of them except we have one veteran pick that we do from 40 years prior. So that one is 86 and before that they had to have played. I pretty much gave him that one. But I said, other than that, everybody is in the last 25 years. I gave him that much.
That's all you got to do.
That's a great
hint. Think
hint.
about it. It even narrows it down because
Yeah.
it has to be before,
Right.
or it can't be after 15, 16.
Yeah.
So I've narrowed it down to like a 15-year stretch, and he still couldn't get them all.
Oh, come on, J-Bo. You've called most of these people.
I have. I would like better hints, please. Give me a letter.
We will
Give me a
talk
letter
a lot about it
next week. All right.
Yes.
So
I
we hope
promise.
to. So the process now is you and the committee. You've done your work.
Yeah.
You've given that list.
Yes, and I've given that list, and they're doing their background checks and all that. And then we actually have a committee meeting today because we also.
Can I sit in on that?
Huh?
Can I sit in on that?
No, I'm not even sitting in on this one. So this committee actually picks the Wall of Honor.
Oh, okay.
And that's in the bylaws that, who's involved in it. So that group is meeting today.
Okay.
And then I can tell you that a group of us are meeting this afternoon because we may have to go to a plan B on one of the picks. So,
okay. I got you.
Anyway.
All right. But the process, you're working through the process.
Yes.
You get the names, you get the list, do the background check, pass it on to Doug.
Doug's supposed to notify or start notifying them on Friday.
Yep.
And then I think we're going to release it. I talked, who did I talk to? Justin Hoff yesterday. And I think we're going to release it maybe next Thursday, right before the 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
So we'll do that next week.
Okay. And there've been some interesting stories through the years of getting hold of some of these people, to notify them, hey, we would like to honor you as a member of the Baylor Athletic Hall of
And a
Fame.
lot of times, and particularly if it's been a while, they're like, who is this? What are we? This is a prank, right?
Right.
Because I can't even remember who it was, John, but somebody was like out on a boat or something.
Oh,
and they
really?
got the call from Walter Abercrombie, and they're like, no, really? Because. And like I said, particularly if it's been a while, not the more present, recent ones, but if you've waited a while, it's like, it's not even in mind, you're not even thinking about it at that point. So, but those are the ones that I appreciate the most because they're the ones usually that it really means a lot to them. I'm not saying it doesn't mean a lot to the more recent ones, but the ones that have had to wait and the ones that played, how many ever years ago, it's really special for them.
That's fine.
It's just more special for them.
Can we say the banquet date?
Yes, it's the Texas Tech weekend. I believe is the Tech
November
game
20th. The game is the 21st.
Okay, so the banquet will be Friday, November 20th.
Okay.
I believe it's
Are you sure you can tell me that?
I can tell you that.
Okay.
I think there was some pushback against that, but that is the date we've set.
Well, we got that out of
We
you.
got that November 20th, Herd Welcome Center. So it'll be a great banquet. And John, like we talked about, it just amazes me every year that, wow, this is a great class.
Yeah.
We can't top this one.
That's great.
This is a really, really special class.
I know every year you say, how can we top
this is a special class.
Cool. All right. We'll look forward to more information next week because we're not getting any today out of Jerry. One final thought, and we don't have a lot of time here, but the NCAA has now approved the 5 for 5 playing. When you come in, there's no more redshirting.
Right.
Your clock starts, and you've got 5 years. When your 5 years are up, you are done.
And now you can play 5 years.
Play 5.
I don't
That's
think
right.
People focus more on that.
That's
but
true.
You
That's
can
true.
play 5 years now.
Yeah.
Now everybody's focused on, there's no redshirt year. There's no this. And I think there may be some exceptions. That's what I was reading at some point. Because I think one of the things that was brought up was the Mormon mission. And I think there are some exceptions to it.
Okay.
But technically, this just narrows it down. And we had to get something, some semblance back to NCAA. And I think this was a great step. Now, what you're going to see, John, and I think some of it's already happened, like with ones that just finished this year, what about my 5th year?
Exactly.
There's already lawsuits for that. And I think there will be lawsuits on everything, but that's what the NCAA has had to deal with, over the last how many ever years.
It's a litigious society.
It is very much so. But I'm excited about it. To answer your question, I think it's great for college athletics in general.
It just kind of standardizes
we don't need 28-year-old freshmen or whatever.
Right.
We don't need that.
Right. So that's another part of it. It's 5 years to play 5. When you enroll, your clock starts, or when you're 19. when you're 19 years old, your clock starts.
Right. So if you delay entering,
Yeah.
you can't delay entering like by 3 or 4 years. Your clock starts as soon as you turn 19.
When you turn 19,
if you
right.
don't, it's the earliest of those. So yeah, I think it just kind of narrows it down where we're not going to have 30-year-olds playing college athletics.
You know who I think of? Two people I think of when you think of being here, because in your mind, you grow up, it's 4 years in college,
Right,
4
right.
years in college.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's going to be 5 years in college
Right.
for potentially. I think of Maggie Davis-Stinnett,
Yeah.
who came out of
That was one
Richfield
of the
High School.
first ones,
I think so.
Yeah.
Maggie came out of Richfield High School, played women's basketball here at Baylor, got married, had a baby,
Right.
and came back
Came
and
back
played
and
a sixth year.
Yes.
And at the time, it was
That
like,
was like,
oh my gosh,
well, you
6
can't do
years.
that. Yeah.
Right.
You can't do that.
And she did very well at
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
she's a member of the Baylor Athletic
Member of the
Hall
Baylor
of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
Yeah.
You at least know about her, John.
Well, of course I do. I know everybody. I know a lot except this year.
Except this year.
And the other one is Bryson Jackson, who played
yeah.
linebacker here.
Yeah.
Now, through a weird set of circumstances, he actually played 7 years, or was
here
on the team 7 years.
He
Right,
was
right.
here 7 years.
With
And I don't-
injuries and a COVID year in
Yep,
there, he was
COVID
here
year in
7
there.
years.
Yeah.
And that was odd.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, it's like, what I remember, John, and you mentioned Maggie, I just remember it seemed like Texas would
Yeah.
get all of those
Yeah.
5 or 6 year
6 years,
exemptions,
yeah.
like
Wait a
they
second.
kept playing, but and Maggie was one of the exceptions for us. But yeah, I just remember Texas getting a lot of those. Yeah.
Funny how that works out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing a good portion of
What I
your
could.
knowledge.
What I could.
Not all of it.
That's
He didn't
right.
leave it all on the table, but next week, we look forward to next week. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Have a
Appreciate
great
it.
day. All right. And we got a bonus show at the Brazos Landing
Should I
today.
just show up?
Come on.
I don't have to be on the show.
No, you just come
I
on.
can just come on.
Do it.
And I hear, is it Tweety?
Tweety's
Will
going to be there.
Yeah.
And Amy Lawrence will be there.
Okay.
You know the
Yes,
name
I
Amy?
do.
Yes.
I do.
She'll be there also.
That's awesome.
You need to come meet her.
Yeah.
So
I
that'll
can
be
have
fun.
lunch and,
Brazos Landing.
Brazos Landing
Come
lunch.
on. Again.
My wife asked me last night, how many times do you eat at Brazos Landing? I said, a lot.
It's an unsolicited
There you go.
testimonial
Brazos
right there
Landing.
from Jerry Hill.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks, Jerry. We'll
Thank
take a
you,
break.
guys.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Wednesday, brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Bonus show at the Brazos Landing today. We'll be there noon to 1. Matt Mosley will be there 1 to 3 this afternoon. So come join us. Enjoy that great $12 lunch menu we've talked to you so much about, and be there for our live shows today from the Brazos Landing. We look forward to that. All right, we'd like to share birthdays with you. This is a good list. June 24th. Today is Dr. Daryl Lanus's birthday. Dr. D retired from Baylor. At one point, he was the marketing department for Baylor Athletics. One person. Dr. D, he was it. Daryl came here as a basketball coach, and then when there was a coaching change with, I think, Coach Iba, Daryl wanted to stay at Baylor, and they said, well, you could sell game program ads. And he said, okay, I'll do that. And that turned into, full-time athletic marketing. That's really what marketing was back then, was selling game program ads. That was about it. And look at where it is now. And Dr. Lanus deserves a ton of credit for growing that area, which is really important. You talk about looking for revenue streams these days in athletic departments, and that is a huge one. And Dr. D, Daryl Lanus, gets a ton of credit for getting that kick-started. So happy birthday to Dr. Lanus today. It is Nancy Post's birthday today. She is with the business office in Baylor Athletics. Nancy is now with Hoot retiring, Nancy is now the second longest active tenured person in our athletic department. She's number 2 on the list. Nancy's been there a while. It's 31 years for Nancy Post. So happy birthday to her today. And it is also Landry Walsh's birthday with Baylor football. Happy birthday to Landry on this 24th day of June. Others today include Brian Ginsberg, good friend. Happy birthday to Brian Ginsberg here in Waco. Abby Damel, former assistant coach with Baylor Equestrian. Happy birthday to Abby. John Turnpaul, former Baylor offensive lineman. When was John here? How old is he? I'm not sure. He's got to be in the 80s for Turnpaul, because he and Monty Jones were the first 2 300-pound offensive linemen Baylor ever had. So whatever year that was, those two together were the first two 300-pound offensive linemen. So happy birthday to John Turnbull. Pam Weatherman's birthday today. A lot of you know Pam here in Waco. Happy birthday to her. And I think that is it. That is the list that I have. Let me look at one other list here to make sure. Happy birthday to all of those folks today. Yep, I think that's it. It's also Ryder Baskin's birthday today. Jake Baskin's son, Ryder. So happy birthday to him. All right, that's our birthday list. And if I missed you, I apologize. We got to get out of here. But we'll be back at noon, the bonus show at the Brazos Landing. Come join us. Lord willing, we're back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks to Jerry Hill. Thanks to Brandon. Thanks to Garrett. And we'll see you at noon and back here again tomorrow morning at 9. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Spring is sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.